We were all wrong about Marathon, probably. Now, Marathon is an extraction shooter with Bungie's secret sauce. Yum. Now, what an extraction shooter is pretty much you're a player, you go into a world and you fight NPC enemies and also players as well. And then during this time, you loot and you find like rare loot, epic loot, whatever. And if you die, you lose all of that loot. But if you make it out, you get to keep the loot. Hence the extraction shooter. You extract and you keep what you find. Now, like everyone else, when that alpha came out for Marathon, it looked very boring. I pee-peed and poo-pooed with everyone else on the game. But these last 2 months, man, Bungie has come out swinging, dude. After the alpha, they took a little bit of time, to reassess. I know they pushed back the release date, and then they just released information after information, just really start faces with just videos and content about what Marathon is. They go into depth with their runner shell system, which is pretty much just a class system. So you have your tank, your rogue, your assassin. I forget the names, but there's 6 or maybe 7 of them. And they all come with their own unique abilities, own unique mods, and own unique implants. Now you can live like an IG model. You get implants, get a whole bunch of money and loot. That's what it is. And I think it's just a really cool thing. I don't think it's in other extraction shooters at all, actually, because Hunt Showdown, it was just pretty much items, and in Arc Raiders it was just items as well. And it's just cool to have like a class, and then you can like branch off into different ways of how you want to use that class, and I think that's really cool. And then on top of that, according to the devs, the loot is just way more important. So in Arc Raiders, and I'm not trying to shit on Arc Raiders, that comes later, but in Arc Raiders, it was like, okay, I find big pink gun, cool, I get to use big pink gun. But in here, it's like, okay, I found not only a gold weapon that is very expensive and valuable, but it's probably very expensive and very valuable to me because it aligns with how I want my runner shell to play. I think that's really cool. So now when you lose something, you're like, fuck, I lost like not just something that's super expensive and valuable, I lost something that was near and dear to me and my build. They let me play how I want to play the game, and now it's gone. I think that's really cool. I think it makes everything very intense as far as the loot goes. And I feel like that's what a lot of people want. They want intensity, they want stakes, they want to actually fight for something. And I think, again, not shitting on Arc Raiders. Again, that comes later. Maybe I'll do a video on it. But Arc Raiders lacks that now, and it's lacking more and more of that. And so now we're kind of lucky that we have Marathon, because Marathon seems like it wants you to fight for your loot. It wants you to fight for these corporations and these factions and for your runner shell to actually boost yourself up. And there's even more. Well, fuck it. Let me talk about the factions first. Factions is one of the coolest ideas, at least to me, ever, because one, I had the idea. I made a video about Arc Raiders about how they should have factions, and they don't want to listen to me, but Big Bungie over here listening to the genius I am, whatever. But yeah, there's factions in this game, and factions are, I think it's just a really cool idea. They have a PvP faction, so if you kill people, you get to upgrade through that faction, and you get permanent buffs. All the factions come with permanent buffs for the season. So if we're in season 1, I kill a whole bunch of people for the PvP faction, then boom, I get to keep all of those buffs. But all the factions have different goals and different alignments, and I think that's just really cool. It makes you as the player shape how you want to play the game. I think that's awesome, man. I think, oh my god, this game's gonna be so cool. All right, anyway, factions are really cool. Factions are super cool, and I like that they added them in the game. I should add too that there are 6 factions, and like I said before, they have their own unique way of progressing through that faction. It just adds, again, another layer of progression for you as the player. It's really cool, and damn it, it's making me wet, guys. Now, on top of all that, not everything has to be a race. They also have something called the Rook Online Runner Shell, and pretty much that's your free loadout in this game. So for people who don't know, in Arc Raiders, there was a free loadout. and you can go in, select free loadout, risk nothing, and then come out with everything, because the free loadouts in Arc Raiders were pretty damn strong. It's kind of the same here, but the Rook Online runner shell doesn't come with abilities. At least that's what it seems like. It doesn't come with like abilities to really help you in a fight. It's like you just go in, you get your loot, boom, don't pick no fights, put your head down, don't start no shit, and then you leave the map. I think that's what it is. That's how the devs made it seem at the very least. Now this kind of ties into another really cool idea that they have. So when bodies, like, or the runner shells, when they die, they decay over time. So if you see a runner shell, like a dead one that's not decayed, you're like, I think people might still be around here because they just freshly killed this nigga. And then if on the flip side of that, if you see like one that's super decayed, you're like, yo, I guess free loot, there's no one around. I think that's so cool. I mean, to have decaying bodies, I know that makes me sound like a fucking freak, but seriously, I think that's just a really, really cool idea, because now you have something that's like, it adds to like the airiness of the game, the lore of the game, and it also adds to the gameplay of the game. So on one side, it's like, whoa, dude, this is so creepy. These robot flesh things, they decay. But also as a player, sitting at home, you're like, I think I can assess the situation. I think someone's around here, or no one's around at all. And I think the dev team, they made it like that because they made it clear too that they want this game to be immersive. They want this is a quote. He says he wants the screen and the controller to kind of fade away, and like you're living in this world as a runner shell, or you're working in this world as a runner shell. And I think that's really cool because this game, it's a creepy game. I like the psychological weird shit. They got ghosts. Ooh, that's spooky. And me personally, I just like that. It kind of piles on that. No, dude, you're here for a job. You're not here to make friends. If you do make friends, that's great. But you're not here for that. You're here to work for these corporations and not die in the process. And the aesthetic and the immersion adds a lot to that as well. But that immersion also adds a lot to the gameplay as well too. Speaking on immersion, the game has like events that actually happen. I don't know if they happen in real time. I hope they do. Again, I'm not trying to shit on Arc Raiders, but Arc Raiders has a thing like if a queen is there, the queen is always going to most likely be in the same exact spot, and it's already preset. But I would love in this game if like I load into a map and I don't know if the event is going to happen or not, then the event happens and it's like, okay, let's go to that event, or let's not go to that event. But they made it clear that events are in the game. They'll pop off. You'll know when they'll happen because there'll be like huge things. And yeah. Lastly, I just want to talk about the marathon ship, which sounds like the end game of end game. Once you get like your perfect build and you feel strong enough, you'll go to the marathon ship where you'll find other players to fight who also have like crazy good builds. And on top of that, there's also juiced up NPCs. Like it's supposed to be the hardest part of marathon. Like, the hardest of hardcore players go to it. And it has levels to it. So there's like, you start at level 1 or wherever, and then you go to level 2 and it gets more and more difficult the further you go into the marathon ship. I don't know exactly what it's like because I haven't played the game, of course, but the way they make it just sounds like a thing where, again, it's something that I want to fight for. It's progression. It's progression, it's end game, and yeah, it's just really cool. I can't wait for this game, man. Now, real quick, I want to say 2 things. Number 1, this is still a Bungie game. Bungie has let us down multiple times before. So I hope they make this game sound insanely cool. And we'll see in 2 days of this recording with the server slam how good the game actually is. And yeah, I hope we were wrong, but I hope we're right now that the game is going to be sick. All right, number 2, I don't hate Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders is a cool game. At a point when I first started, I thought it would be my favorite game ever. But as of right now, it's just a game that doesn't have substance for real. Like, there's no end game. There's nothing worth fighting for. Everyone's tickling and kissing each other. I'm good. I don't want to do that type of stuff with y'all, man. I'm good. I'd rather just shoot you. And that's not to say like I'm a PvP guy who like rats and ruins people's day. It's just I want to fight for something. I want that intensity to be there, and I think Marathon is giving me that intensity with good gunplay, because Arc Raiders gunplay, say what you want about the game, it feels like shit. I think Arc Raiders gunplay is just way too damn clunky, and yeah, there I go shitting on the game again. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, or at least enjoy learning about Marathon. Let's talk about Marathon in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. That's my PR telling me that's what I should be saying at the end of the video, or probably in the beginning of the video. But anyway, yeah, for real, I just want to talk and have fun, and yeah. Anyway, love you. Bye.